I'm Jay Coker. I'm chairman of the board of Producers Rice Mill, an Arkansas rice farmer. We farm predominantly south of Stuttgart, about 15 miles, which is where we are today. We thought we'd catch you guys up and give you an update on how that last part of the planting window went for us. When we visited last, we talked about the window was closing, the ground was starting to dry up, and we were going to try to get as many acres planted as we could. We were successful in doing that to some degree. A lot of acreage went in the ground from about the 15th or 20th of May up until the 5th of June. That was pretty well the deadline. We had some more rains at that point, and that pretty well shut it down. I think we feel good about where we are right now. We're into a more typical weather pattern where we're seeing the rains start to taper off. We have longer periods of dry weather between the rains. The floodwaters have receded, so what we have now is pretty well what we have. The most recent acreage report that has come out puts the Arkansas rice crop at about 1.1 million acres, which that is down about 300,000 from last year, which last year was a pretty large crop. So, you got to take that into consideration. The field back behind us is a field of rice that was actually planted about the 1st of April. In one of our earlier episodes, we were in this same spot and this rice had not even emerged yet. So just to give you an idea, the rice that went in the first half of the growing season, this is typically what that rice looks like at this stage. It's what we refer to as mid-season. So within about 30 days, this field will be heading out. 30 days later, this field should be ready for harvest. So that's kind of where we are, with probably at least 50% of the rice in the state is probably at this growth stage. We've got a rice crop that is in a lot of different growth stages, and it's spread out over a tremendous period. We've got rice that was planted the 20th of March, and we've got rice that was planted the 1st of June. So two completely different crops. June planted rice has to be managed differently, and there are things that we can do to it that we might not have been able to do with April 1st planted rice. We can do things that help move it along quicker, and that's what we're trying to do at this point. Rice that I planted the 1st of April, it was ready to go to flood 49 days later. The rice I planted on the 25th of May, it was ready to go to flood on the 15th, just 20 days. So you see, planting date does not necessarily relate one-to-one to crop growth stages and maturity. We know as farmers, especially rice farmers, Producers Rice Mill members, that we have customers, we have markets, we have products, we have a lot of people depending on us to provide them with their rice. These people want USA grown rice. They want to know it's safe, it's clean, it's affordable, and so we feel some degree responsible for providing them with that. And a lot of people planted rice with that in mind. Rice just fits into a lot of growers' financial picture, their crop mix. It's just what grows best on their soils. And so that's why you continue to see rice getting planted even after some crop insurance deadlines came into play. And sometimes it may not have been on paper feasible to grow rice. Rice growers continue to grow the rice. They have ground that the reason it's good for rice production is because it floods. They've been through this before. I think they feel good about where they are, and the crop can make up a lot of progress in a hurry. We've had previous years that we've had similar planting date delays, and we've still had a really good crop, not only in quantity, but in quality. The weather is a big factor from here on out, and believe it or not, we're probably having weather that has been conducive to helping the crop along at the later stages. It's been a little cooler. I think we're not supposed to have the extreme high temperatures that we've had some years, so things like this will all be beneficial. So hopefully we're going to be able to provide the customers and the people that depend on us with their needs, and we grew the crop and planted it with that in mind.